What's happening, guys? Safety Liner C2 here. Welcome to the first Lots of Lots episode of 2022. Hopefully we're going to find a lot of good stuff this year, so let's dive into it. Alright, so this first lot was submitted anonymously, and by the way, if you have a lot that you would like to submit for Lots of Lots or a bus for sale, for bus stuff for sale, throw it in the video request form. Anyways, this was submitted anonymously. We are in Corydon, Indiana, August 2013. Now, disclaimer, this lot here actually has a lot of sentimental value to me. I had family who lived in Corydon for a very, very long time. This was a regular vacation spot for me. And while I was never able to make it up to this lot, I've seen a lot of these buses before. Alright, so starting off over here, there's just a couple CEs, nothing too interesting. Here on the end, we can see two shorter CEs that are handies. And there's some sort of Bluebird right here, I think it's a 3800. And here is a handicapped first-gen shorty. Here's just a front look at the lot. That was a Bluebird 3800 right there. Finishing this side of the lot, there's some more CEs, another Bluebird 3800, an early ICFE, and then a mid-bus Ford, and then a Thomas Minotaur. And it appears that that Minotaur is a GMC. Now, if we turn around, we can see a couple older buses here, with the exception of the two CEs right there. There's two Bluebird Ford B800s, a Bluebird CV200, and an early Amtran International. And here's just a different view of that. Alright, so that is half of the lot, and the other half of the lot, I don't understand how or why they do this, but it sits in a U-Haul parking lot, and when we would go to vacation up there, we would drive past this, and I have pictures of this little yard. I'll try and throw them on screen if I can find them from, 12 years ago probably or so. You can see there's some U-Haul trailers, a FS65, a C2, and another Amtran 3800. Moving back in time a tad bit, there's a CE, an FS65, a Vision, a 3800, another FS65, a first-gen CE, two C2s, and that same Amtran International. November 2018, we have the Amtran International, two Bluebirds, and then a Crown by Carpenter 3800. So like I said, I never actually made it over to that main lot. Unfortunately, the last time I was up there was a couple years ago, and as much as I really wanted to, I was only in Corydon for a few days, and it unfortunately was not for vacation. So I don't know if the person who submitted this lives in Corydon, but when I was there, it was December 2019, and right back here there were a bunch of buses parked. I don't know if this was a temporary lot or if buses were just laying over right there. I don't know, but I know that there were a handful of buses right there. But on satellite view, you can see that there is a bus right here and another one right here. So I'm not exactly sure what this was used for. If you submitted it and you lived there, if you want to tell me, that would solve my mystery, because I was wondering that for a very long time, because I looked it up before and found nothing. This is September 2018. I was able to find a bus parked back there. So I don't know, but whoever submitted this, thank you so much. Honestly, whenever I saw this come in, I was really excited to show this off. Like I said, this is really sentimental to me. So to be able to show this off on Lots of Lots, it really does mean a lot to me. Alright, so we are going to go ahead, stay in the area, and take a look at a lot that I was able to see the last time I was up there. Now, mind you, I did see it from the highway, and I've never really taken a good look at it, but we are in Louisville, Kentucky, July 2021. Let's see what stuff we can find. Alright, so right up front, there is a C2 and an HDX. There's a few CEs, another HDX, a few first-gen CEs, second-gen CEs, an FS65, another HDX, another C2, another CE, and a T3RE. June 2019, we can see the addition of 3 ICREs. October 2018, we can see an EF, and 2 ICFEs. Now we're starting to get into some more interesting stuff. June 2016, there is an Amtran RE right next to a Thomas FS65. There's a handful of ERs here and some Amtran Internationals. September 2014, here's an early Amtran International just like the one back there, and 2 ERs. August 2011, there's an early Genesis back there. another Genesis right here, and I believe that's a Thomas Transit Liner. I could be wrong though. Also, there's a 90s All-American Ari right there. And then potato quality, either some Genesises, Genesi, whatever you want to call them, or Senators, who knows. And then some 3800s, probably either early Amtran or Wards, who knows. But yeah, so that's that. So we got a submission, and I'm so sorry if I get your name wrong, but from Chi Chow. We are in Philadelphia now, and let's take a look at a type of garage that you don't see too many of. So first off, I just want to show a 3D view what this is. This is like an actual warehouse type deal, and this is a thing. I have seen multiple garages set up like this before. It's obviously not too common, but it's a thing. So starting off in November 2020, we can see inside the garage that there are 2 Bluebirds and a C2. September 2018, there's an A3RE and a CE. September 2014, there's a Bluebird and a CE. And yeah, so now let's kind of circle around the building and see what else we can find. Starting off in September 2018, right outside of there is a shorty A3FE. And I do gotta say, I love the use of LED turn signals on here. Right in front of that is a handicapped TCFE and a C2. I'm already a huge fan of these stripes, and I think paired with the crossing gate, it looks really good. November 2020, a different side of the building, we can see a handicapped C2, and I think it's interesting how they put 304, the number of the bus, in front of and behind School District of Philadelphia. So right here is a different shot of the garage. You obviously can't see too much in there. You can see a couple C2s, and there's maybe an HDX back there, but it's just lined up as any other lot would be, just inside. Here's a little bit of a better shot. It's a C2 next to a Vision. Moving back a little bit, we can see a Microbird and then an A3FE. All right, back on the street, September 2009, which is not potato quality. I'm so excited for this. Got an ICFE next to a TC, and then I can't go any more forward than this, otherwise they disappear, but there's a Vision, another TC, and a Microbird. Up here you can see where the buses enter. I assume that this is the main entrance. You can see that there's a handy CE right up there. September 2017, there's an A3FE parked out front. And on the last side of the building, April 2012, we can see some TCs or A3s out front. So there's that one. Obviously, you don't see a lot of warehouse lots like that, so I think that it's super cool. But on the other hand, it is probably also extremely noisy and probably pretty hard to maneuver around. But if any of y'all do happen to find another warehouse lot, put it in the video request form. I will do my best to feature it. Up next, we have a submission from Matthew ICCE. We are in Story City, Iowa, September 2013. It's a real tiny lot. I just want to point out the specs on this bus. I think that this looks really solid, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think that tinted windows and black window posts belong on all IC products, but I don't think I've seen one with that and a yellow roof. But it just works out kind of nice. Hidden back here, there's a Bluebird CV200 and some other Bluebird. It appears to be a 3800. Either way, it's a handy bus with a lift up front. And then there's another CE in the garage, and I just noticed that there are air horns on that bus. I'm liking that bus. All right, we are going to take a look at one last submission. This is from Mark, and we're in Panama City, Florida. So this is March 2015, and it's going to be a pretty typical Florida lot. Starting off, there's a Thomas 3800, an A3RE, a CE, another 3800, a CE, a Minnow Tour, and another CE. Also, Tom wants to say hi to everyone. Say hi, Tom. Look up here. Or not. Okay. There's a handy 3800 with a wheelchair lift in the front and the background. Another 3800, a couple CEs, another 3800, another CE. Some more 3800s, an ICRE. Right here is an older Thomas 3800. We can tell based off of that logo. Right here is a handicapped first-gen Vision. There's a few 3800s. These two happen to be handy. And a few CEs. In the background, there's a 3800, what appears to be an ER, and a Crown by Carpenter 3800. Over here, it is mostly the same stuff. We have an A3RE, a few 3800s. Here's an EF right there, another A3RE, and another 3800. A few CEs in the garage, Bluebird. This is kind of an oddly spec'd Bluebird 3800 for Florida. That does not seem like it belongs there. In the back of the lot, this appears to be a Minnow Tour. There's a CE, two Thomas 3800s, that Crown by Carpenter 3800, another one of those weirdly spec'd Bluebird 3800s, and that ER. And then one last thing to point out, this 3800 has dual stop signs, kind of an interesting thing for an older bus. You kind of see that here and there. Not something I would have expected to see, but there it is, and I wonder how many of the other ones have it. Alrighty, and that's going to do it for this episode of Lots of Lots. I think we've got a great start this year already. Don't forget that if you have something you would like to submit for Lots of Lots or Bus Stuff for Sale, throw it in the video request form in the description of any of my videos, and I will take a look at it and potentially feature it. And I think that's it. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching. Always do appreciate it. Make sure that you subscribe right down here. It's a magical red button that says you are now subscribed to Safety Liner C2. Make sure you comment up here, down here, over here, or over here. I don't know where they put it down here, where they put it. Make sure you also give this video a thumbs up, or Tom is not going to leave my lap and I'm going to be stuck here for like another 2 hours. Yeah. And make sure you also share this video with a friend. Show it to your mom, show it to your dad, show it to a guy on a random street. I don't care. Don't let anything happen to you. So yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching.